Unexplained infertility. Just hearing those words can make your heart sink. It's not about the diagnosis. It's about the endless waiting, the emotional roller coaster, and the way that it seeps into every corner of your life. If you ever felt like you're losing your mind, crying at every moment, or wondering if this journey will ever end, you're not alone. Today, we're going to dive deep into what it means to live with a diagnosis and how it affects every part of your life, your emotions, your relationships, and even your finances.
Welcome to Fertility and Wholeness Podcast. Are you tired of seeing that test be negative month after month? Will you ever stop having to take test after test? Are you scared of all the medical terminology, office visits, and misinformation you see at every turn on your infertility journey? If you answer yes to any of those, you're not alone. You are at the right place. I'm so happy you're here with us. My name is Ariana. I'm a fertility care practitioner and a wholeness coach with over a decade of experience on the field. I created this podcast because I know what it is to feel alone and lost while navigating fertility problems. And after helping hundreds of women, teaching them how to not protract their cycles, boost their fertility, and navigate their monthly emotional roller coaster and get pregnant naturally, I am on a mission to empower women to take charge of their fertility journey. In this podcast, you will find heartfelt conversations, education, tips on how to take care of and understand your fertility, emotional support, simple lifestyle changes to boost your fertility, nutrition, self-care routines, tips for handling stress and anxiety with ease. We have amazing, exciting expert interviews and guests, inspirational stories, and practical advice on preparing for pregnancy and joyful delivery. Are you ready to reclaim your health, your life, and become pregnant naturally? If so, grab your green juice and prenatal vitamins. This episode is just what the doctor ordered.
Welcome to today's episode, where we explore the complex world of fertility challenges, everything from unexplained infertility to the emotional and relationship impacts of trying to conceive. Whether you're navigating medical treatments or simply seeking support, this episode is for you. Fertility challenges aren't just about biology, they're multidimensional. They touch every part of your life, your mental health, your relationships, your finances, and they can leave you feeling defeated and unsure on what to do next. Infertility, a diagnosis that can feel both good news and bad news. Good news because nothing seems wrong, but bad news because you're left without answers. In today's episode, we're diving into unexplained infertility, a diagnosis that can feel like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's reassuring to hear that nothing seems wrong, but on the other hand, the lack of answers can leave you feeling lost, stuck, and unsure what to do next. It's a frustrating paradox that so many people face. So, how do you cope with the emotional ups and downs of this journey? How do you keep moving forward when each passing month brings fresh disappointment? And where do you turn for support? Medically, emotionally, and relationally, when it feels like no one truly understands what you're going through. These are the questions we'll unpack together. Let's dive in. Let's start by talking about the emotional side of unexplained infertility. Because if you've been through this, you know there's not just a medical issue, it's an emotional too. Many of you have shared stories that they are heartbreaking yet so relatable. I feel like I'm going crazy. I cry every second. I feel defeated. Or this one, my period is late, but I'm not pregnant. It's like my body is playing tricks on me. And then there is the pain of chemical pregnancies, when hope is given and then taken away in an instant. One listener said something that really stuck with me. The thought that I might never hold a baby makes me gag. That level of grief is hard to put into words. And let's not forget about jealousy. The guilt that we feel when we see someone else announce their pregnancy or hold their baby while we're still waiting for ours. It is okay to admit that these feelings exist. They don't make you a bad person. They make you human. If this resonates with you, know that these emotions are valid. You're not alone in feeling this way. It is okay to feel all of it. Sadness, anger, frustration. It is part of the process. Now, let's talk about how fertility challenges affect our relationships. because it doesn't just impact us individually, it impacts how we relate to our partners, our family, and even our friends. For many couples, infertility becomes a test of communication and connection. One listener shared, I found out that I only have one fallopian tube, but I don't know if I should tell my partner. I'm an emotional wreck. Another one said, my husband is so kind and supportive, but he doesn't know what to say or do. These are real struggles. And then there's the financial side of things. Money often becomes a big topic in these conversations. Many men want to solve everything with money. Let's just pay for IVF or let's just try another treatment. But as women, we know that there is more to the picture than just finances. There are emotions to process, decisions to make together, and grief to navigate as a team. If you ever felt like infertility is driving a wedge between you and your partner, or if you have struggled with how much to share or how much to support each other, you're not alone in that either. So where do we go from here? How do we navigate these challenges? Not just medically, but emotionally and relationally. Number one, acknowledge your emotions. First, give yourself permission to feel anything that you're feeling without judgment. Grief is not linear, and it comes in waves. It is okay to ride those waves instead of fighting them. Step number two, strengthen communication with your partner. Talk openly with your partner about what you're experiencing, not just physically, but emotionally too. Share your fears, your hopes, and even your doubts. If you're struggling to communicate, consider couples therapy. It can be a game changer in helping both of you feel heard and supported. Step number three, build a support network. You don't have to go through this alone. Join a support group or connect with others who understand what you're going through. Sometimes just knowing someone else has been there where you are can make all the difference. Number four, take care of your whole self. Remember, the fertility challenges affect every part of your being, not just your body, but also your mind and spirit. Self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. Whether that means journaling, meditating, or simply taking time for yourself, it all matters. Number five, advocate for yourself. Finally, this is so important to be your own advocate in this journey. Ask questions at the doctor's appointment. Seek second opinions if you need it. Make decisions that feel right for you, not just what someone else recommends. Infertility is hard. It tests us in ways we never imagined, but it doesn't have to define us or defeat us. By acknowledging the problem and leaning on our support systems and taking care of ourselves holistically, we can find strength, even in the hardest moments. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. And while I may not have all answers today, I'm here to walk alongside with you as we figure them out together. Thank you for joining me in today's episode. If there is something specific you'd like me to cover in the future episodes, please reach out or leave a review. And as always, take care of yourself. You're worth it.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, we got a special treat for you. Join our free Facebook group where you can connect with other amazing women and share your thoughts. Join us by clicking in the link in the show notes. We can't wait to welcome you into our supportive community. And don't forget to come back for our next episode, where we'll be sharing even more inspiring stories, encouraging tips, educational insights, and practical strategies. Oh, and before you go, we have a tiny favor to ask. If you found today's episode uplifting and helpful, please leave us a review. It's like giving us a virtual hug, and it helps other amazing women like you find our show. Plus, it makes us smile from ear to ear. And hey, why stop there? Share the love. Tell your Betsies, your mom, your sister, and even your favorite barista about our podcast. The more, the merrier.